This is John Rawlings with WKDW Radio 97.5 FM, and welcome to this evening's update on the hurricane. I am sitting with Jason Bartolone with the City of Northport in the EOC at City Hall. And so I'll just hand off to Jason for a quick update on the last briefing.
Sure, John. So we continue to monitor the storm. The forecast hasn't changed. We got off the call from the National Weather Service just a little while ago. It's tracking a little bit further west, but the same impacts we're expecting here in Northport, which means we're going to see some tropical storm force winds hitting us anytime starting late evening into tomorrow morning. And then we expect that to extend well into tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be the day to watch as far as the tropical storm winds that we're going to see, which means our emergency responders at some point are going to be pulled off the roadway because it's not going to be safe to be out on the roads. So that goes for the citizens as well as those who need to evacuate. An evacuation order has been issued for level A in Northport. That's going to mean our mobile home communities and some of the residents who live right along the Myakka River. And so hopefully they have made those preparations now in advance because we're going to start to see the impacts tonight into tomorrow morning.
And so we've got some updates coming. How does that schedule work with the updates?
So the city participates in regular calls with the county governments throughout the National Weather Service's Tampa Bay region. So they're on a regular call schedule several times a day where they get the updates straight from the National Weather Service, where they're giving us the latest updates on the forecast and what we can expect here locally. And then we use that information to make decisions about our city operations, again, about our first responders. The county uses that to make decisions about shelter and evacuations. So a lot of important information comes out from that call with the Weather Service that we participate in to help us decide how to react and how to be prepared for the response.
And with the updates that come out from now until the morning, what's your time frame do you think we'll be back on the air to give another update?
So I would say probably tomorrow morning will be the best bet. We'll get another update here very late this evening, and we'll see if we might have any new information. But most likely tomorrow morning we'll know pretty early, 7, 8 in the morning, when we're ramping up our next shift in the EOC. We're working in shifts right now. We have 2 shifts of employees who are staffing and monitoring 24/7 and staging the resources that we need, the first responders that we need to be ready to respond tomorrow and see what kind of impacts we experience here in Northport.
With that shift to the west, are you still agreeing with everyone to evacuate if you're in Zone A?
Absolutely. This is one of the largest wind fields that they have seen, the meteorologists with the Weather Service, in quite some time, meaning this is a very wide storm. And so even though it's shifting a little further to the west, it's, I think, 160 miles off the coast out in the bay, out in the Gulf, we're still going to see impacts here along the coast and inland in Sarasota County. And so that's why that decision was made. The storm is still tracking north to the Panhandle, but we are going to see those impacts. And so that's why that evacuation was issued, to give people time to leave those areas that are going to be impacted.
And with the city kind of in a shutdown mode right now, are we seeing less traffic on the road? Have we gotten an update from the police officers out there in the city?
I don't have an update yet. Again, we haven't seen those wind impacts. It's really going to pick up as early as 2 a.m. today. Going into more like 8 a.m. is the most likely arrival time. It's kind of a wide estimate that we work off of, and then it gets refined as we learn more, as the Hurricane Hunter planes go out there, as the storm approaches closer. We'll know more about what the impact is going to be. So, it's still safe right now, but like I said, we're going to be locking down our City Hall operations here so that our responders, our city staff, are safe and in a place that they're ready to go and ready to work as needed.
Did we get an update from hospitals around our area on how they're doing?
Yeah, we did. We did check in on that. The latest report, checking with our fire rescue team and emergency management, was that the ERs are open as normal and proceeding as normal. There are no closures that we're aware of, and they're accepting patients at this time.
Fantastic. Once again, let's go over just the preparation for people who may need help once those winds hit 45 miles an hour and above.
Right. So that's the reason we issue these evacuation orders that the county has put out for the entire Sarasota County in Zone A. And people can go online. There's still time to go and look up your evacuation level if you don't know it. You can go to scgov.net, that's the county's website, and look for Know Your Level and see where you are on the map. And anywhere in the red on the map of Sarasota County, you're in that level A, and there's a reason they're issuing that order is because once those tropical storm winds hit us, our first responders are going to be pulled back. They're going to be pulled off the roads so that they're in a safe location, so that they're not put in harm's way and they can respond to you, but they're not going to be able to do that when those storm winds are hitting us.
And again, with the updates on how people can get updates from the city straight through emails or text messages.
Absolutely. So there's a number of ways. We use all kinds of different channels to reach people. We want to make our information as widely available as possible. So the first place you can go, the best resource is going to be the city's website, northportfl.gov/alerts. You can go right to the homepage. There's a banner right there with the latest information. The alerts page has all our closure information here of what's going on in the city, what's going on with sandbags, what's going on with evacuations, and that'll be continually updated throughout this event. You can also sign up for email alerts with us through the city. So it's another great way to stay connected. Once you sign up for one of our newsletters, you'll be able to get that storm information. We put out a storm newsletter today with all this information compiled into one place. So that's one way you can stay connected. You mentioned text alerts, another great option. We have our own hashtag and our own text service. It's NP Strong. You can text that to 888-777. So send a text with the word NP Strong, and you'll be enrolled to get those notifications directly from us. We've been pushing out information about the evacuations, and we'll have more information as it comes, as the storm progresses. So that's a great way to stay connected with us.
So with all the social media, the website, and 97.5 FM, the citizens of Northport really need to take their action now and seek information the right way. And really what you're asking them to do, instead of learning about it on social media from other sites, is to come directly to you as a source, correct?
That's right. It's incredibly important to stay informed and have the best information possible so you can make decisions for yourself and for your family. With knowledge comes security, because you are better prepared and you're better informed about what's going on and what's going on in your community around you. So seek out those official sources. Look for the City of Northport on social media. We have verified pages with the little check mark. Make sure you're getting information from Sarasota County, from the National Weather Service, as I mentioned, with that forecast information, and from local media as well. We're in contact with all our local media partners, so whether you watch the TV news or get the newspaper or follow them online, we're sharing our information with them. And also, of course, WKDW, we're grateful to have this partnership because we can give direct information right to you and get it out to people through the radio and online.
97.5 FM. It's a local station, so we're ranging now up into Venice, all the way into Punta Gorda. Please keep us in mind as you're turning your dial. Get the up-to-minute updates as we get them from City Hall. We are actually in the EOC, and we're getting direct information. So this is a great partnership, and we look forward to many, many more opportunities. I hope we have less, to tell you the truth. But, you know, as we go through this, Jason, the most important thing that people can do now is really share this information with family, friends, and neighbors. Any recommendation on if people are with groups and doing different things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Spread this information. Make sure look out for one another, of course. You know, we talk about Northport being a community of unity all the time, and this is where that has come from through the experiences we've had through storms like Hurricane Ian. We are stronger when we work together and we rely on one another. So look out for your friends, look out for your family, your neighbors. Point them to these sources of information. Make sure they know where they can be informed. Make sure they're signed up for Alert Sarasota County, the notification system, so that they're going to get those alerts directly to them, whether it's on their phone, a text, an email. If something changes with this storm, we've seen it happen before in other events where conditions change. There might be changes in our operations. Right now, solid waste is suspended tomorrow, Thursday. So pickups scheduled for Thursday will take place on Friday. Friday pickups will take place on Saturday. All that is subject to change based on the weather and the outlook for the forecast and how the landfill is positioned going forward. So you want to stay informed, and there's lots of ways that you can do that.
And a little bit about shelter. Can non-Northport citizens go to a shelter? And the follow-up to that also would be pets.
Sure. So Sarasota County operates the shelters throughout the county, and they open all their shelters at once. They're called evacuation centers. They are open to everyone. We accept people. People are accepted from all over if they need a place to safely shelter. You don't have to go to an assigned shelter or the one necessarily near you. You can go to anyone. But again, if you're evacuating, if you're in a home that is manufactured, that you feel is not safe, if you're in that level A, go to one of those shelters if you haven't already. The county's been running those operations all day. Those shelters opened at noon today. So go to an evacuation center. They do accept pets at all the Sarasota County evacuation centers, and they accept everyone that needs a place to stay.
And I wanted to kind of give a shout out to the staff. We've got great leadership. Our city commissioners have done an outstanding job along with our city manager, and you yourself are in charge of communications out. We've got a lot of staff members here at City Hall and other locations that are really focused in on giving the greatest information and the greatest outcome for our city. What would you say right now to the citizens of Northport about having faith in what we're doing?
I want the citizens of Northport to know that they have an entire team of people who live and work here and are your neighbors. They are city residents, many of them, and they work for the city, and they are public servants, and they take that responsibility very seriously. When we sign up for this job, when we work in public service and work for city government, we know the responsibilities that come with it. And for many of us, that means we're here. We're away from our homes and our families, so the city graciously gives us time to go and prepare our homes and get ready in anticipation of an event like this, because we're working 24/7 and we're here to serve the residents of the city of Northport.
And I really appreciate your time, and I know we're going to get together again in the morning. Thanks a lot for your time and giving us these updates.
Absolutely.
This is John Rawlings with WKDW Radio 97.5 FM saying please share this information. The more it gets out there and the more people learn about our systems that we have in play, the more that we're prepared for success. Thank you so much for your time. John Rawlings, WKDW Radio from the EOC in Northport, Florida. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.